1, David Goggins is the GOAT. 2, if you've never heard of him, watch this video. This guy is the hardest dude I know. And if you're going through a difficult time, I promise this video is going to help you out. This channel is all about hard times and knowing that that's what defines us. That is what gives us meaning. And we all have to go through this as men. So stay tuned, stick around, and get motivated, baby.
The root cause of the quitter isn't that you can't do 100 push-ups. You can train anybody to do that. The root cause of the quitter is when you get in hell, you can't process it. It's too much to process because your mind starts going back to the real reality of like, I'm not ready. I'm not good enough. It's not trained. So I started training this, realizing that the only thing that makes me quit is not the muscle fatigue, it's the mental fatigue that makes me quit everything in life. So I became a practitioner of the mind. The mind's a very powerful thing. It has a tactical advantage over you all the time. It knows your fears, it knows your insecurities, it knows where you don't want to go. So it will guide you away from that. And that's why the mind will always win until you reprogram it. It will always win until you fucking reprogram it.
So the hardest dude we know, this guy was 300 pounds, and then he did like Navy SEAL training like 3 times. It was ridiculous. He's a legend. And he says that like the ego is based upon trying to protect and preserve you. It's a survival mechanism. The thing is we identify with the ego and we listen to its rationalization. We listen to its grip lock on us. And instead of rising above the ego and rising above what it tells us we can and cannot do, we let it define us. And what David Goggins is suggesting here is that you have to reprogram the mind. You have to realize that it will always cave. It'll always be fear. And you never want to cuck to that. And I believe that if you set a standard of a arch nemesis that is the you dude that is not cucking to his ego, that's not afraid to go after and persevere, to overcome the hurdles, to overcome the shortcomings, to overcome all the setbacks that you identified with, the limited and false narrative that you identified with. He says that is the ego. That's all BS. Don't listen to it. Reprogram it. Let's find out how.
Because the mind controls you. Why is that? It's your fucking mind. It's your mind.
Let's use mind and ego synonymous, okay? Because you need to separate that weakness out of you. And that's ego. That's mind. Osho says there's no such thing as peace of mind. There's peace or mind. Mind is all that ego narrative that keeps you weak and afraid of reality and life. And we're going to cut it. We're not going to let it, we're going to detach from it. We're not going to let it define us anymore. Remember, when you were a child, before you could even think and create thoughts, you had an ease in life. You had an aliveness, a big aura. Children have big auras, baby. They just have this aliveness in them. That has been castrated because of the ego, and the personality identifies with the ego. That's not you. We all have that built into our mechanism. Maybe it's the mammalian part of our brains. Who really knows? But my point is that limited person and persona is not really you. It's the scared inner child. You can sum it up as that as well.
Because all those things that happen to you in your life, all those bad things, all those things that you blame other people for, they're now yours to own. You got to figure out a way to reprogram your mind to get outside the box.
Listen, guys, life is all about narrative. It's all about story. What story have you built for yourself? What story have you decided was going to be you? And maybe we subconsciously did that, but you can create and craft a new story. Man, I tell you what, anything is possible. You're capable of anything. Whatever is telling you or whomever is telling you that is not feasible, possible, it's improbable. What I say is no man can be stopped if he goes all in. A full send, baby. What do you got to lose?
What would your life be like if you decided not to care what people thought of you? What would your life be like if you decided to give up some of your fears? What would your life be like if you decided to become courageous?
There's no luck in this.
Listen, men, if you are not striving to get over your weakness, it will always control you. Your emotions are like chains. They'll grip you and overtake you. But just remember, emotions, they come and go. Thoughts, they come and go. It's our attachment and our dislike to these things that give them power over us. We need to remain indifferent to the ego's incessant need to protect and preserve itself, to stay in that constant fight or flight that will leave you not creative, not carefree, not mentally cleansed, not mentally free, not able-bodied, not big-auraed. You're going to be limited, small, protective, feeble, weak, and afraid. And I promise you, the only way to have a quality life is to have an empowerment within yourself, that you have big aura, baby. You're not bogged down by whatever this noise is. You have done the work. You've, like Goggins, saw the weakness, didn't take it personally, disassociated with it, and said, you know what? That's not me. This is a version of me, that arch nemesis, the guy that never gives up, the guy who's willing to go through the struggle, the guy who faces a storm like the buffalo, not the cow, and they go run away in the storm. They're constantly in the storm because they're following the storm. They're running away. The buffalo knows that the storm goes away when you face it. It goes away quickest. And so they face the storm. That's your arch nemesis. It's a guy who goes and trains every single day, even if he doesn't feel like it. Listen, we are built. No one can do the work for us. And the only way to rise above your circumstances is to pierce them, to go through them, to do the work that every man since the beginning of time had to do. They had to go through the trenches. That's how real value is won.
This game, man, it may be a little bit of luck, but the luck happens after you bust your ass and you put yourself in that lucky situation. Luck doesn't happen. You put yourself in that situation where luck might fucking happen. And that's what people don't know. But to get there, luck ain't gonna happen. You have to put yourself in that situation, man. On all those bad days and all those days you don't want to do shit, you have to be your own motivator, your own coach, your own trainer, your own.
Make a pledge with me today. Make a pledge right now here that, you know what? I'm not going to listen to my weakness. I'm not going to let it make me win. I'm not going to make me stop from creating stuff in my body and myself and my mind out here. I am going to overcome this weakness in me and stop letting it define me. Listen, don't take it personal. I have it. Goggins has it. Goggins has it. I have it. We all have it, but we don't give it power over us. Listen, it's going to creep in, but the moment you start attaching your self-worth to the ego protection, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. You have to segregate it from yourself and realize that it's there to protect you. It's a good thing, but we take it too personally and it runs our ship. You need to be the captain of your ship once again. You need to be the captain of your ship once again. You need to fundamentally let go of the narratives that are limited. It's tap into this arch nemesis that is more you when you identify with him. You think more about that person and embodying that archetype. You envision him and you become him. You identify with him. You don't identify with your weakness. This sounds maddening. I get it. But listen, our consciousness is our focus. And so we can hyper focus on our problems and on our ego and the mind and the gutter, or we can focus on the vision, the heart. The heart is the stage. It's the center stage to quality life where you're carefree. You have a freedom from within. You have dominion over yourself. You are in control of yourself. That's a terrifying man. And that's a great man. That's a safe man, a man who is in control of himself. A weak man is lost and victim to his emotions. You don't know how that guy's going to behave. He's a dangerous man.
Own everything. So to do that, you have to come into work, and work is whatever your work may be, ready to go. And what that means is you may have failed miserably yesterday, but you come to work like, people are like, man, you just lost everything. How the hell are you just fucking damn motivated? Because this is what it takes.
Remember, no matter if you lose everything, no matter what happens to you, listen to me. That doesn't take anything away from your intrinsic significance in life. You don't need a damn thing to be all powerful. You need to build it from within. You need to acknowledge that life is always creating opportunities for you to realize that despite anything that happens, you're unbothered, unfazed. You are an animal. You will succeed as long as you don't give up on yourself. And I promise you, there's something out there bigger than you helping orchestrate your life. And it's funneled by your belief in self. Let's get it, baby.
This is what the fuck it takes.
You're setting goals you know you can reach. And when you do that, that fear, that insecurity, that doubt, that's where you grow. He's not getting that. You must always set goals that you think you cannot achieve. And then there you get better. Stay hard.
Stay hard, baby. Stay hard. I'm going to end this video right here. Welcome to the community. If you're someone new to this channel, this is what we're all about. We're about inspiring and motivating each other because we are a collective. The better you are, the better you'll be to the other people in your community and around you. And that will have a ripple effect. And that's a better total result for humanity. We want this world to be a better place. We want this world to be a positive place. We want people to feel at ease within themselves because that's going to make a world that is safe and prosperous for us all. Thank you so much for checking me out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Welcome to the community. And I love you guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Stay hard. Let's get it, baby.